I'm having a fan moment right now. I'm standing with Hunter Hayes, and this is your first look at his brand new music. He said you're really excited to talk about it, so tell us about I Want Crazy.
Well, I finally get to talk about it because it's kind of one of those things we didn't, this wasn't like something we've been planning for years. Like, this is a song I wrote not too long ago. And the funny thing with, I Want Crazy is part of the debut record. But it wasn't written or recorded with the debut record. It was part of another chapter, another time of my life, but I also feel like it's the same chapter, which is why I put it on the encore edition, is what we're calling the deluxe package, right, of the record. It was just a series of things, of events and conversations basically leading to, I don't want to move on to the next record. I'm writing for the next record, I'm thinking about it, but I'm not ready for it yet. And I don't want to rush it. And I also feel like I'm not done with this record. And I don't know why, I just don't. And we finished these 6 brand new songs, and we re-recorded some of the songs on the record. Brought in some other musicians, brought in, Ashley Monroe came in and sang on a track. And she absolutely nailed it. It was an unbelievable way to hear it. And then Jason Mraz came and sang on Everybody's Got Somebody But Me as well. So it's like, this whole thing, the encore is just like an experiment that luckily went well. And I Went Crazy just stood out. And it was probably my favorite song to record ever.
And you've recorded, hundreds now?
Probably, tons of demos, right? Yeah,
right,
totally.
Right.
And it's like, but Crazy I think also says something I've always wanted to say. And that is that real love is crazy. When you really feel it, you get into something, your friends look at you and they're like, I don't even know you anymore. And it's just like, that's what happens when you get into something worth keeping. It's like you do turn into the best version of yourself you've ever been. And you do kind of feel crazy.
So are we going to get to know about the inspiration behind this, the lady?
There is, no. Yeah, I'll keep that to myself.
Okay,
but,
that's fine.
No. It's just, I guess it's a thing that I've learned. You know what I mean? It's
just
like
keep
I
it silent.
want. Yeah, well, and it also talks about a long distance relationship. I happen to be very educated on long distance relationships, being on the road all the time. I want something that both of us feel like we're the happiest we've ever been. Awesome. And that's what I want crazy, and I feel like I'm not the only one. So I know we all kind of look for that kind of thing, and so this is kind of one of the ways I could figure out to say it. And musically, it is a little bit crazy, and it is a little bit out there. And it is kind of bringing in some new things for me. So I guess that's why it was fun to make,
Well, speaking of new, you have new collaborations, you said. Ashley Monroe and Jason Mraz. How is that bringing someone else into the mix in the studio?
Weird, because I did the whole record, the initial record kind of sort of like by myself. And I didn't go crazy bringing a ton of people in, but I brought in certain people that I wanted to get a different perspective from.
How'd you pick those people?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. It was impossible.
Jason Mraz, he's not even country, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Why him?
Well, the song kind of has his thing, and I feel like he has hints of what it is that sort of, the thing that makes this song what it is. It sort of has his thing in it anyway.
I'm kind of curious to know how that phone call goes. You just call up Jason. Hey, Jason, I want you on my record.
It's more of a roundabout way. I actually ran into him at the Grammys at the Music Cares. At the music, I know, right? Just hanging out. My buddy
Jason.
Jason. I don't know what his nickname is. Anyway, but we had already, our management companies had already talked, and we kind of have a lot of people in common. That's, in the music business, it is a bit of a small town kind of vibe, and there's a family thing, so everybody kind of knows everybody. And so I just was at the table with him. I went over to his table. I introduced myself. I said, "Man, I totally dig what you do." And he's apparently heard something that I did. And he was really complimentary of it, and he was really into it. He was like, "Man, we should totally do something together." He's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Man, let's write or whatever." I said, "I got this one song. I think you could sing on and give it a whole new light. And I'd really like to hear what would happen." So he was kind enough to give it a shot, and it came out good. So who knows what's next? We'll probably end up writing together or whatever. And awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Trust me, yeah.
All right, one more thing. Stevie Wonder, he's your idol, and then just a week ago at the ACM Awards, how was that for you to be singing up there with a music legend?
Beyond epic, beyond amazing, beyond the whole dream come true thing. I've always wanted to work with Stevie. I'm a huge fan of his. I've always been, and I wanted to do a collaboration with him for a while. I met him a year ago, and he mentioned a collaboration.
So then you're in.
Well, yeah, to which I was like, "Stevie, if that's even a possibility, you just let me know when and where." And he said, no, it's going to happen. And the coolest thing about Stevie is that he showed up, and he didn't just show up and was really nice and played a song with me or whatever. He showed up and we hung out. We wrote a couple tunes together after the run through. We ended up just I feel like we're buds. I don't know, but I feel like we are, and he has that thing when he walks into a room. he goes from this hero, this larger than life musical icon, to this just he just exemplifies good. He is good. He is an ambassador for good, and he just has this unbelievable message. And I want to be like him. You know, it's like I love it. And we both took similar processes on our record and the way we work, but we both always think music. Like, we were talking music the entire time. Like, we were writing and thinking and just messing around with stuff, and it was so much fun. So much fun.
I'm happy for you, because
Thank
I read
you.
all about how you liked him, and then all of a sudden there you were with him. So,
Yeah.
all right, shameless plug time. When does your deluxe edition come out?
Well, if you mention it, it's not a shameless plug. So now that
true.
you've said something, no, the deluxe edition comes out, I think, in June. I think that's sad, right? No, but it is available for pre-order. I know right now on iTunes.
Well, there you go.
And of course, I Want Crazy is available at the moment. You can have it
All
right now.
Thanks. This is your first look, plus a little inside music business with Hunter Hayes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.